Buenas a todos chicos, bienvenidos al canal. Hoy os traigo un nuevo vídeo de Remnant from the Ashes. Cuidado que se me ha pirado la olla. De más F, perdón chicos. Ay, espérate que no se me había olvidado bajarme esto. A ver, aquí lo tenemos. Vale, perfecto, ahora ya está así chicos. Bienvenidos al canal, lo que he dicho, otro videito de Mass Effect modo locura. Vale, ya visteis que en el último vídeo fue una odisea y solo era la parte de intro, ¿vale? De salvar al escuadrón de la nave. O sea, fue la intro y nos dieron palo, pero bien. Así que, bueno, esperemos hoy a ver si conseguimos cambiar la armadura o... Porque como veis es una partida nueva plus, entonces debería estar la armadura N7, que es la que me gusta, la tocha, por así decirlo, ¿vale? Así que debería estar ahí, pero bueno, recordad que lo dejamos aquí, que llegamos a la nave después de salvar a nuestro pelotón. Y lo que vamos a explorar un poquito por aquí. Bueno, creo que teníamos que ir a hablar con la tía que nos había llamado, así que bueno, vamos a ir para ello. Seguimos a Cora y a Liam. A ver. Por aquí, ¿no? O por aquí no. A abrir. Vale, yo me llevo todo y lo que no lo despiezo. Sinceramente no sé para qué me vale. Vale, a ver, bueno, vamos a...
Okay, folks. This is what we've been waiting for. Let your teams know the
A ver, la idea es esta, ir a hablar con la tía esta y cuando nos deje explorar un poco la nave. Hay que usar el monorail, vale. Y cuando nos deje usar un poco la nave, ir a investigar para conseguir la armadura y equiparnos todo, ¿vale? Esa es la idea.
Means we can start waking our people up.
They built a bar, right? Gotta have champagne for the welcome party.
You're expecting one?
After what we've been through, I could use a buzz.
We all could.
Yeah. Rough ride so far.
We'll bounce back. Real food and a shower are just ahead.
Y bueno, una cosita de deciros que ya, como ya hemos visto, ya se ha anunciado los juegos nuevos de PlayStation Plus de abril, ¿vale? Days Gone y demás, que Outlaw no sé qué, que a mí particularmente el Days Gone me lo he pasado, tengo platino, el otro no me llama la atención, pero el Army 2, ese sí me llama bastante la atención y para jugar en modo cooperativo, ¿vale? Así que seguramente haga algún directito del Army 2 a la vez, ¿vale? Que hago del Mass. Localiza el personal del Nexus, nuevo lugar descubierto.
Well, this can't be right.
It's like everything's on standby.
If it's a surprise party, they're doing an awfully good job of it.
We could see what the VI has to say.
Y aquí...
There's a guy.
Aquí está el obrerito. Oye, ¿qué pasa, mi hermano?
Hi there. We're from Ark Hyperion, and wondering where everybody went.
Pero
Did he hear you?
¿qué te pasa?
Did you say an Ark? This is the Nexus, right? Pretty sure we parked in the right place.
Of course, I'm sorry. It's just, we thought you were all dead.
What?
Or captured, or lost in dark space, or... But you're here. You have no idea how much this means.
I don't believe it.
Kandros.
I'm Tyrion Kandros. I lead our militia on the Nexus.
I'm Ryder. This is Cora Harper and Liam Costa, part of the Pathfinder team.
I'm sorry for the confusion. Our sensors told us an Ark had arrived, but Helios is notorious for scrambling equipment. We thought you were just another malfunction.
Well, I've got a shipload of people that says we're here.
Of course, it's just... You're the first Ark we've seen. After a year of waiting and no sign of the others, we shuttered this area and stopped looking.
You've been stranded for a whole year?
Longer. I'll fill you in on the way to
Oxford. Vale.
Everything that could go wrong with our plan has. We arrived 14 months ago. Right away, we hit a band of dark energy that knocked us off course.
Vale, pues aquí hemos llegado
We're
ya
familiar
al...
Then you'll know why
otro
we call it the
monorail.
Scourge. We lost whole
bueno,
sections of the
otro lado.
station. A lot of people died. No power, no food. The chaos went on for months. It finally led to armed rebellion. When order was restored, the insurgents were banished. Exiles, we call them.
Are things back to normal?
Not even close. But you're here now, so maybe the worst is over.
No word from the other Pathfinders?
No word from anyone, period.
Pero está mal, ¿eh? Porque a mí, ¿sabes? Este juego
We're
me
here.
gustó bastante en su día.
You
Bueno,
guys go
hasta
ahead.
los tres.
I'll check out the security situation.
Pero, claro.
You should know our command structure has been fractured. Some of us are filling in for leaders who died.
Is it true?
They said drop everything and report for duty.
And no one was expecting an Ark to finally show up.
Docking procedures are green across the board.
Stand by to merge Hyperion power into the grid.
Están todos aquí alucinados, así.
The crew of the Hyperion.
Good luck.
I'm Jaren Tan, director of the initiative. You have no idea how much your arrival means to us.
We've heard about what happened, and we're ready to help.
We could use any supplies you have. Food, water,
No,
we're
están aquí
short
la
on
mierda,
everything.
tíos.
This is Foster Addison. She oversees colonial affairs.
Mírale.
Where's the Pathfinder?
You're looking at him.
You're not Alec Ryder.
My father's dead. He made me his successor.
Alec is dead.
Sí, que me ha muerto.
Please understand, the entire initiative is at risk. None of the Golden Worlds panned out. They're a bust, and there's been no word from the other arcs.
What happened to them?
Unknown. Our supplies are nearly depleted. Rationing bought us some time, but even that's running out.
We need to find more resources, but that takes people, and we can't wake them up.
Until they have somewhere to live. A golden world.
Porque nos va a tocar a nosotros.
Now
toda la
more than
mierda.
ever, we need a Pathfinder.
It now falls to you, Ryder. Are you up to the task?
I may not have been the first choice, but I'm ready for this.
Youthful enthusiasm will only get you so far in Andromeda.
That's no way to treat a guest.
Yente.
I'm Nak Morkesh, superintendent of this station. Hope they haven't scared you off already.
It's nothing personal, but now isn't the time for on-the-job training.
At least the Pathfinder here seems willing to try. We could use a fresh perspective.
You've heard my concerns. I'll leave you to it.
We're all feeling the pressure. Let's have a private word in my office, Ryder. We'll discuss giving you a scout ship.
Vale, no.
I'm happy to work out the details with your associate.
Welcome to the Nexus.
Thank you for
Vamos,
standing
ahora
up for me
va a
there.
tocar explorar todo, básicamente.
Hope's in short supply here. What little we can find should have a chance to
Ma'am, the
bloom.
Hyperion's core is now online.
Let me show you something. An hour ago, that was all dark. But with the power from your ship, you're keeping the lights on. You have my vote.
And when the power runs out,
You'd best go talk to Director Tan. Make sure that doesn't happen. And don't be shy. Come see me when you have a chance.
Vale, pues a ver si nos dejan un poquito. Ha recibido un objetivo. Pulsa para ver el diario. Reunión en el Nexus. Ahora con el director está en la sede del pionero. Vale. Ahora contar ahora con Case Candors y con Addison. Hay que hablar con todos. Va. A ver. Joder. Que yo también parezco nuevo, de verdad. Tareas adicionales. Esta. Vamos a hacer esta, que es la... Aquí tenemos a la primera, al comandante Addison.
What we wanted, but what choice did we
Voy con
have?
ella.
All right, what happened?
To who?
To whom? And your goddamn father. Sorry, my face is tired from dealing with everything. And right now, I just want to know what happened with Alec.
In the moment, it saved my life. But it seems my father meant for me to get the role eventually.
It isn't hereditary. If we wanted an inbred monarchy, we could have left half our genes stock back home. Not home. The Milky Way. This is home. This mess. We don't have a lot of options, Ryder. Maybe you'll prove your father right. After 14 months of failed colonization, forgive me if I don't hold my breath.
Bueno, aquí no me interesa.
Excuse me, Director Addison.
Ryder?
It's Pathfinder.
Ryder, we're starving here. If we don't get a foundation of outposts to feed the initiative, we might as well be 600 years dead. Alec promised a lot. None of it panned out. That's what you're up against. Why people won't trust you. Why I don't trust you. Prove me wrong.
Pues ya sabes, chato. Que te toca todo el marronaco. Vamos para allá. A ver, por aquí... A ver, ¿quién hay? A ver si hay aquí algo. A ver. Aquí tenemos uno, que me voy. Que me voy. Vamos para acá.
This is the planet where we landed. Habitat 7. It wasn't even close to livable.
That's been true of every world we found. Ryder, we were discussing your next expedition.
Bueno, pues vamos a ver.
Good. I was starting to wonder who was in charge around here.
Director Addison is entitled to her opinion, and mine overrules hers.
Does she know that?
I oversee the entire initiative, and I have decided to give you a chance to prove yourself. To that end, the Scourge dealt us a serious blow. Whatever it is, our scientists theorize it's not natural.
An artificial energy cloud?
It wasn't here when we left the Milky Way, yet it rendered all the golden worlds unlivable. Then there's the aliens you ran into, the Ket. They're obsessed with alien structures we found scattered around the cluster. They'll do anything to prevent others from accessing them. It seems murder isn't exclusive to the Milky Way. And now the challenge is to settle a world in spite of all that. This one here. Eos.
How?
You need to increase the viability of the planet so we can establish an outpost. Then we can bring more colonists out of stasis. The more colonists we have, the more resources we can gather to support the Nexus. Everything depends on it. There are 6 worlds we hope to settle.
Okay, but you said every planet you found is unlivable. So, how do I...
A good Pathfinder would relish the challenge of solving it.
Right. I think I should go check on things.
And if I fail, I guess it's no sweat off your back, right? You'll just look for another Pathfinder?
Placing bets on people is part of my job. Some of them pay off. Others...
Just point me to my ship and I'll be out of here.
They're prepping it now in the docking bay. The coordinates for Eos will be in the computer. And when you have a moment, we should discuss the missing arcs.
I was wondering about that. Ah!
Something wrong?
Ryder, please see me and Sam Node on the Hyperion. Your implant needs attention, and we need to discuss a confidential matter.
No, I'm fine.
Vale, punto de habilidad. Sube a nivel 48. Bueno, a ver, vamos a lo nuestro. No. Joder. Ese no. De momento no vamos a hacer este y nos la quitamos de en medio. Habla con Tan. No, pero eso es que si me voy y no hablo con él, pues yo también.
Ryder, you have my condolences for your father.
I appreciate it.
I didn't know him very well, although I understand he played a key role in planning the initiative. I'm sure he'd be concerned that we still have several arcs missing.
They're as much a part of the initiative as the human arc. We'll find them.
We have to. Tens of thousands of colonists are unaccounted for. It paints the initiative in an unflattering light. Did you have some other business?
No.
That's all.
Ya
Thanks for your
tenemos
time.
claro.
I'm happy to
Luego,
help.
jefe.
You will find our futures depend on each other's success. Good luck.
Good luck, Rey. Abres. Vale, por allí hay otro. Y este por aquí hay otro metido. Y este es... Cash. A ver, ¿qué quiere? ¿Qué quiere Cash? Y vamos a ver, otro.
There you are. Hope the others haven't been giving you a hard time. There's a lot that needs doing. At least with the Hyperion hooked up and feeding us power, my team and I can get more work done.
What kind of work do you do as superintendent?
I was part of the team that originally designed and built this place. I keep the station functional, or as functional as possible, considering.
Bueno, podemos.
Nothing more for
Cuento
now.
ya.
Try not to die out there.
Vale, otro fuera. Vamos a ver. Pues nos quedan los Candros y los científicos. Yo creo que el primero que nos pilla es Candros, que está aquí a la derecha. ¿Ves? Aquí, misiones de los equipos de asalto. Aquí, esto me interesa. Esto me
I know
interesa,
that look.
que habría que crear
The others
6
bent your ear,
equipos.
did they?
Something like that?
You get used to it. Just focus on being a Pathfinder. Can't argue with results, though they'll try. Anyway, welcome to Militia HQ. Excuse the mess. This office fields militia work, Nexus security, and looking for the Tyrian Ark.
What's the word on the Turian arc?
Scattered readings. Some indicate the Natanus was destroyed, others that people are alive. Who knows? If you need anything, come see me, even if it's just a vent.
Vale, pues hasta luego.
Bye, Kandros. Duty calls.
You and me both, Pathfinder.
A ver aquí.
This console reports on the militia's current strike team missions, Pathfinder. Please speak with Tyrion Kandros for authorization to
Vale,
participate.
le tengo que pedir. Tengo que pedirle una.
That's the console for our strike
una
teams.
tarjetita.
What are they?
Assault and extraction squads. When we need the best, I have Apex, combat experts who've signed up to defend us. Since you have a front row view of the cluster, I can give you authority to dispatch them.
I'll deploy your people carefully, Kandros.
Appreciate that, Ryder. But trust me, Apex can handle themselves. Authorization complete. Good luck out there.
Vale. Y aquí lo que está pensando ahí. Y esto. Ver informe. Vale. Ah, bueno, que esos son los que tenía pendientes. Nivel 16. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. Reclutar equipo. Fondos de la misión insuficiente. Coste 160 fondos de la misión. Voy a darle a recoger todas. Ah, amigo. Vale, vale. Mission Apex. Es que me dan 5 fondos de mierda. Vaya tela, que hacer 80.000 aquí. Ha pedido un deudor enviar un equipo de asalto. Enviar un equipo de asalto. Vale, vamos a enviar aquí a estos. 90, vamos a enviar a estos. Vale. Esta. Enviar un equipo de asalto. Vamos a enviar aquí H4. Uff. Vale, me llevo esto. 27, 25. 78 y 93. Me mando a eso. Y esta. 38. 25. Vale, ¿me llevo algo? O sea, vale, los mando. Y... Vale, y luego así ir recogiéndolas, ¿vale? No hay más. Esto es ir viniendo todo el rato para ir así subiendo pool y poder reclutar los 6 equipos. No tiene mayor historia, así que no hay problema. Vale, habla con la turiana desconsolada.
This is a nightmare.
Vale, pues eso ya lo tenemos puesto.
It's not right. It's not fair.
What's wrong?
Oh my, you're... So it's true. A Pathfinder has found us. There's hope at last. Maybe you could help. You're impartial. This whole thing has gotten so political. My husband, he's locked up and slated for exile for a crime he didn't commit.
What exactly was he convicted of?
They don't exile you for petty theft. Well, maybe this bunch would. They say it's murder. They're calling him the first murderer in Andromeda, but the dead man was his friend, wouldn't have. There are witnesses and evidence, but it's all circumstantial. At worst, it was an accident. His name is Nilken Rensis. He could give you the details if you were willing to speak with him. Please.
I'd be happy to.
Oh, thank you. I'm sure the jailer will allow you a visit. Please, tell Nilken I love him.
Vale. Pues no hay aquí. A ver. Y diario. Deberes adicionales. Conoce el Nexus. Cometido de Elus. Madre mía, pues hay cosas aquí. ¿Visto? El asesino. Bueno, vamos a hacer... No. Vamos a acabar esta. Vale. Solo me quedaban los científicos. Y ya me la quito de en medio. Vale, pero ahí hemos conseguido abajo. Bueno, vale, hay que ir viniendo cada 2×3. Vamos a hablar con el...
Like Clero's rockfish. You must be the Pathfinder. Wonderful. You and your Sam are exactly what we need.
Thanks, Mr...
Professor Herrick, my colleagues and I will work with your Sam and the data you gather to solve Andromeda's scientific mysteries.
I'm usually out in the field, but I wouldn't mind talking shop. Lab. You know.
You are always welcome.
Not that we've had much to study, with everyone cooped up for 14 months.
But your data on the Scourge flows like poetry. Now we can better advise on repairing the damage it caused.
And maybe Addison will give us a real workspace. Who can think with all this racket?
Vale, pues esta la tenemos tarea completada. Vale, esa parte la tenemos. Vale, aquí tenemos otro, el de los fusibles. Vale, vamos a hablar con él.
Hey, you okay?
I'm fine. My arms got the brunt of it.
Stuff exploding like this happen often?
Back right after the mutiny, we had a lot of this happening. But not lately.
I wasn't there during the mutiny.
Lucky. I thought we were done with this, honestly. That maybe I was just being paranoid.
What is there to be paranoid about?
We've had 3 malfunctions in the past week.
That's not good. Sorry, understatement.
Yeah. And now I have more repairs.
Whoever's doing this has to be stopped before someone gets seriously hurt.
That's what I'm trying to do. But I'm an engineer, not a BI. I've scanned all the potential sabotage areas I can think of. But I don't know who to trust anymore.
Sounds like a lot went down before the Hyperion docked.
Yeah, I guess. Wait, that's it. You can't possibly be involved in this. You weren't even here during the mutiny. Would you, if you have time? Maybe you could help me. If they start hitting critical systems.
Sure thing. What can I do?
If you could scan these other panels while I fix this one, that'd really help. I've sent the locations to your Omni tool. Just send me the data when you're done.
Vale. Le vamos a hacer esa. Vale, ya que estamos, vamos a arreglar...
Find out why. Be careful.
Vale, aquí tenemos una.
Pathfinder, to cover their tracks, the Saboteur is overloading power to this panel from another junction relay. You can scan and trace the connective wiring to locate the surrogate panel.
Please be advised that Hyperion docking procedures are now complete.
Scanning power junction relays. This panel is malfunctioning. Without more data, I cannot determine if this is a normal malfunction or sabotage.
I'll just disable power to the panel until Raj can check it out.
Vamos a...
Please be advised that Hyperion docking procedures are now complete.
Vale, aquí me haré.
Scan and trace the wiring to locate the panel that the Saboteur used.
Vale, hay que seguir los escáneres, ¿vale? A ver, hay que subir arriba. Este está arriba, vamos por aquí, y aquí, este es aquí.
Scanning.
Vale,
This panel has been tampered with.
Send the data to Raj.
Yes, Pathfinder.
Y el último, ahí. Son misiones secundarias, vale, pero bueno, ya que estas las hacemos, total. Y ahí está el último.
Pathfinder, I received the data from Sam. It really is sabotage.
Any idea as to who it might be?
Yeah. All these panels were worked on by Zara. I just can't believe it.
Security video logs confirm that Zara Kellis worked on these panels, as well as the one Raj Patil encountered.
Vale.
Well, shit. Any idea where she is now?
Kellis is currently working on a panel on the Hyperion main deck.
Disembarkation procedures for Hyperion are on hold. Please await further instructions.
Arriba. ¿Cómo subo yo ahí? Oye.
Console for the secondary management system is fixed.
Joder, yo también me parezco nuevo. Habrá que subir en el monorail. O... por aquí. Por aquí. Ahí está Cora. Que ahora hablamos con ella. Cubierta residencial. Vamos para allá. Vale, bueno, que hoy parece ser que en el vídeo de hoy tampoco no lo voy a hacer muy largo, ¿vale? Va a ser una horita y todo. Voy avanzando un poquito, entrando en tono. Y ya más adelante, pues... ¿Y dónde está esta tía? Ay. Zara Kellis, aquí estás, amiga.
Zara Kellis?
Yes?
I have evidence you've been sabotaging the Nexus.
What? No, I'd never... I've been looking into this myself. I have the scans to prove it. Here. I'll transfer the scans I took to your Omni tool.
Funny. Raj was investigating the same thing, and it led us to you.
My scans point at Raj as the one. So unless someone was setting us both up, I just don't understand.
The data Miss Kellis has accumulated is strangely similar to Mr. Patil's. A third party seems likely.
Looks like someone is using both you and Raj to cover their tracks.
They'd need pretty high-level access for that. Still, It's better than thinking Raj could have done this. But it means all the data I have is useless. Wish I had access to the security cams. I bet we could find something there.
You stay put, so whoever did this doesn't realize we're onto them. I'll check out the security cams. Raj, you there?
Yes. How did it go? Is it really her?
Wasn't her. She had proof pointing at you. I figure someone's been messing with you both.
Vale, porque nos han usado
Just keep a low profile
así que tenemos
and
que
don't
mirar
talk to
las cámaras de
anyone.
seguridad.
I'm on it.
Vale, y tenemos que ir a operaciones. Me parece que no, pero el Nexus es grande, hostia, Con la tontería... Hostia. Vale, operaciones es donde... A ver, aquí un archivo de seguridad.
This file is useless. Let's check another. And another scrambled file.
Coincidence seems unlikely.
Let's check another. This file is also corrupted. Definitely not a coincidence. You'd need pretty high clearance to mess with the security camera files. Someone working for Kandros, maybe.
That is the most probable scenario.
Think you can get enough out of the files to find a match using biometric scans, Sam?
The files were badly scrambled, but if I combine all the available identifiers, it might work. Based on the limited information available, we are looking for a human male, assigned either to the Nexus or Hyperion. You will need to conduct scans from close proximity.
Got it.
Escanea la seguridad.
Debarkation procedures for Hyperion are on hold. Please await further instructions.
Inaccurate match.
Este no.
Engineering reports. Hyperion power draw is now at 100%.
Inaccurate
Este
match.
tampoco. Solo me quedas tú. Me queda uno, amiguito. ¿Dónde coño esté? Pero... Aquella de seguridad del Nexus transferida a la Hyperion. Vámonos para el otro lado. Voy a dar vueltas ahí, para allá, para acá. Cubierta residencia. Ahí. Entonces para allá, para acá, para allá, para acá.
This person is not a match. Scan results show a partial positive. Target is most likely suspect.
Who is he?
Dale Atkins reports to Kandros' department.
Dale Atkins, right? We need to talk.
Look, not to be rude, but I have work to do.
Is that what sabotage is called these days? Work?
You're pretty arrogant for the new kid. You don't even know what's been going on.
Proof says you've been up to no good.
Figures. Screw this. Screw all you hypocrites on this station. You weren't here when they kicked out our loved ones. Mutiny? We just wanted answers. My sister is out there. I don't even know if she's alive or...
I'm sorry for what happened, but setting explosives isn't the answer.
Neither was sending people into exile because they didn't agree with policy. I don't care what you think. The mutiny leaders were right to demand to know what was going on.
You could have hurt people, killed them.
Like those who got killed when the leadership had the Krogan stomp on my friends? I'm done talking. I confess, it was me. Do whatever you want.
We can't let you stay on board. There's no saying what else you're capable of.
Wait, you'd let me go?
If you call exile letting you go, sure. You leave and you don't come back.
I'll leave.
Pues nada, sabotaje... sabotaje completado, bien. Una cosita menos. A ver, ¿qué tengo aquí? No tenemos nada. Aquí tenemos la de hablar con el guardián, la del primer asesino, que ahora bueno, vamos a hacer. Ya que nos ponemos, pues vamos a completar para unas misioncitas en el Nexus. Y ya está, la vamos viendo. Operaciones otra vez. Vámonos para allá. Y vamos, yo creo que va a ser el directito, el vídeo de hoy va a ser conocer un poco la Nexus, explorarla un poco, te vas a hacer un par de misiones y voy ya a viajar a Egos y quedarnos allí. O dejarlo casi todo preparado para viajar. Tú, campeón.
Help you?
Pathfinder Ryder, here to see Nilken Rensis.
Ah, our murderer. Wife's here all the time. Guess she told you her sob story. Nilken, you're moving up in the world. There's a Pathfinder wanted to chat with you.
A Pathfinder, huh? They called in the big guns to exile Andromeda's first murderer.
Your wife's all broken up over this. She says you didn't do it, and that she loves you.
She's a wonderful person. At this point, it's too late. They found me guilty.
Why don't you tell me what happened?
I was part of the futile effort to set up a colony on Eos. We were on our last legs, overrun by hostiles, our leader dead. The security chief, Reynolds, my friend, he refused to call for evacuation. I argued with him. Everyone saw.
Last I checked, getting into a spat wasn't against the law.
There's more. He ordered us to regroup and counterattack. We were moving through a sandstorm. I saw movement, thought it was the Ket, and I guess I panicked and fired. A witness saw the chief's chest explode.
I'm so sorry, that's awful.
We were close. He was a stubborn son of a... I admired that about him. But I was enraged when we argued. There's a recording. It's ugly. Everyone's certain I did it on purpose so we could evacuate. Only my word otherwise.
Don't throw in the towel yet. I'll review the evidence. Maybe I can find something that'll help.
That would be great. You're a Pathfinder. I'm sure Kandros would give you access. Maybe there's still hope.
Vale, pues aquí no... Aquí... Comerciante de armas. Yo quiero vender, no comprar. Vender toda la chatarra. Vale. Toda la mierda que vamos cogiendo la vamos vendiendo. Vale, hablamos con este. Lo que tengo que buscar es la estación para cambiarme de arma.
No news on the Turian Ark yet. Or is this militia business?
I spoke with Nilken Rensis, the man found guilty of the murder on Eos.
Yes, our first murder here in Andromeda. I wish it had been our last. When the colony attempts failed, it didn't help spirits that a high-ranking officer was killed by one of our own. The mutiny here on Nexus was probably inevitable, but this acted as a spark.
It doesn't seem right to put all that on him.
Of course it isn't, but that's the perception. Despite the lack of physical evidence, everything added up. His only defense was, trust me, I didn't mean to do it.
And you assume he's lying?
What's a lie to a murderer? Look, knock yourself out. A key witness, Cassidy Shaw, works in operations. Go ahead and talk to her. And there's a recording of the perpetrator threatening the victim. I'll let you cue it up on the console there. As far as I'm concerned, this case is closed.
Bye, Kandros. Duty calls.
You and me both, Pathfinder.
Reproduce la grabación. Opcional. Habla con la testigo show. Venga, vamos a...
The Nexus versus colonist Nilken evidence.
You're in the forest? What district?
The compound! Call for evacuation!
Claro que... En resumidas... Ahí se pelean y demás, vale, que tampoco le demos más vueltas. No, pues por aquí no es. Vamos para arriba. ¿Dónde está? Habla con la testigo del show. Está arriba. Aquí, tú. A ver, señorina.
Cassidy Shaw? I'm Ryder. I'm looking into the Nilken murder case.
Oh man, I thought that was over with. Have you heard the audio recording of their fight?
Yes.
I helped pull him off Chief Reynolds. You could see it in his eyes. He was gonna kill him. Then in the sandstorm, I had a pretty clear view of the Chief. He looked right at Nilken and shouted no. Then his chest burst open. I'll never forget it. The look on his face was pure shock.
Did you see any cat in the vicinity?
Nilken said so, but not that I could see. Still, the sandstorm was severe. Visibility wasn't great.
Reynolds was leading you back to retake the compound. Did you agree with that?
It wasn't my place to agree or disagree. He was ranking officer. In retrospect, it is ironic. If he hadn't been killed, we all probably would have died.
Did Nilken seem remorseful?
I lost sight of Nilken in the turmoil. When we found him, he seemed in shock. He couldn't speak. He looked nauseated. Could have been killed. The reality of the act sinking in.
If they'd fought and Nilken threatened to kill him, why was Reynolds surprised?
Fronts fight, say things they don't mean, maybe even hurt each other. But you don't expect your best friend to shoot you. To me, that's the saddest part. The Chief's heart was broken right before it exploded.
I appreciate the information.
Of course. It kills me we had to leave him behind. He deserved a proper funeral.
So the body was never examined? Important piece of a murder investigation.
Tian wouldn't allow a mission to go back for him. Said it was too dangerous.
Vamos para allá. Vamos a hablar con el escuchimizadillo ese.
Tempest crew should report to the docking area.
¿Dónde está aquí? A ver, majete.
Something I can help you with?
I'm looking into the Nilken Rensis murder charge.
And?
I want to go to EOS and retrieve Chief Reynolds' body.
That isn't usually Pathfinder business.
First murder in Andromeda, and I'm impartial. Figured you'd want to get it right.
Settling an outpost comes first. But I suppose I have no objections. Physical evidence will only bolster the case.
The more certain we can be, the better.
All right, but let's keep it quiet. I don't want people thinking we're reopening the case. I hope anything you find reaffirms what's been done, but if it sheds a different light, we'll deal with it. We'll send the coordinates of the murder scene. Good luck.
That's all. Thanks for your time.
My pleasure. I see great things in our future.
Vale, pues eso de momento... De momento no podemos hacer más, ¿vale? Porque ya tendríamos que ir a EOS, ¿vale? Así que lo dejamos. Y ya nos quedaría... Busca pista de las arcas. Que busca pistas, no sé dónde quiere que busque pistas. Voy a hablar con este, a ver.
Something I can help you with?
Any more information you can give me on the missing arcs?
No, and that is the distressing part. The Asari, Turian, and Solarian arcs are completely unaccounted for. If they had the same problems with the Scourge that we did, I fear the worst. Should you find any clues, please investigate. Without the other arcs, the promise of the Initiative can never be fulfilled.
Are there any other arcs we should expect?
We had hoped Quarians would be part of the first wave, but before departure in 2185, we got word they had technical problems with their ship. It seems they're also bringing along Drell, Hanar, and other species as well. Managing all of their biological needs caused complications. We won't see them for some time to come.
Vale, que no.
That's all. Thanks for your time.
My pleasure. I see great things in our future.
Vale, pues lo único que me queda es... Aquí. Vale, vamos a hablar con Sam ya para que nos a ver qué nos cuenta. Bueno, ya que estamos aquí, hablamos con la señorina.
Hey there.
You okay? Those guys really grilled you. And Addison. First Pathfinder they've seen in over a year. All she can do is question your competence?
Yeah. Meeting Addison was interesting.
She doesn't know you. I do. And you're doing fine.
I appreciate it.
I worked out logistics with Director Tan. They're giving us a ship and crew. He said their best is taking care of it.
I still need to head back to the Ark and check in with Sam.
Sounds good. While you're there, maybe see how your sister's doing.
Vale, pues de momento siempre usar la opción. Yo lo que hago siempre cada vez que vengo intento hablar con lo que me interesa para lo de los romances, ¿vale? Pues son 3 romances en tus partidas. Creo que en la anterior hice con Cora y hice 2, me quedaría 1, creo, ¿vale? Pero no estoy seguro, entonces intentaré hacer 2 por si acaso, ¿vale? Y si luego es 1, pues mira, una cosa que nos quitamos, ¿vale? Pero como no lo sé al 100%, bueno, no me acuerdo. O sea, lo jugué hace bastante y me apetecía volver a jugar. Y bueno, pues lo voy a grabar. Ahí está Lian. Ah, no, que este no es Lian. Vale, por aquí. Y ahí estaba el nodo de Sam, vale, y aquí. Esto era como mi habitación, creo, ¿no? Sistema de archivos. Máquina de café. No. Arma corta.
Your father's first sidearm, a memento of his early Alliance service.
I bet that saw plenty of action.
Alec's first kill occurred in combat during the First Contact War.
Back when Turians were the enemy. Crazy times.
Y ya lo tendríamos en la primera parte del Nexus hecha, ¿vale?
I've adjusted my connection to your implant. The headache you experienced before shouldn't reoccur.
Yeah, what was that about? You said we need to discuss something confidential.
You should know certain facts before you leave on your expedition. It seemed best we speak alone.
Sam, if we're going to work together, you can't keep hiding things from me.
Apologies. I am simply following your father's wishes.
What was he keeping secret?
My true capabilities. Alec overrode the implant's safety protocols. It allows me unrestricted access to the Pathfinder's physiology.
And that's me now.
And only you. I can act as a force multiplier, dramatically enhancing your motor and neural skills when required. Alec called them profiles. They provide unique tactical augmentation during combat. Your father preferred to keep this fact to himself.
I can understand. People might get the wrong idea. Super soldiers. A computer having control over a human.
Providing an enhancement to the human. It is a symbiotic relationship that benefits both.
What do you get out of it?
Though I'm artificial in design, I am fully sentient. Far beyond what even the initiative understands.
I don't follow. You're an AI. So what's different?
I am a new form of AI, drawing directly from the human experience. Your implant is my window into the world.
That's pretty amazing.
But beyond what many people will accept, your father knew some would fear it.
Yeah, he's got a point. So what does this mean for the two of us?
I find myself in an unusual position. Though I had access to your father's experiences, there is a gap in my understanding.
How so?
He placed a block on portions of my memory array.
Why?
Perhaps so when you asked me what his plan was, I wouldn't know.
And Dad strikes again.
But not without recourse. The further you explore as a Pathfinder, the more blocks will be removed. Perhaps you should begin in your father's quarters. In the meantime, unless you have more questions, your new ship awaits.
Thanks.
Vale. Mejorar el implante rey para ofrecerle un evento superior en el campo de batalla. Hostia. No tiene punto de invertidos en combate. Coño. %, de fuerza cuerpo a cuerpo. Vale. Pues ve a tu nave. Encuentra una forma de dar los bloqueos de la memoria del secreto de la familia de Ryder. Bueno, pues nos vamos para mi nave, señorinos. Me voy a quedar con la duda. Que yo creo que voy a mirarlo así un poco en la... para equiparme el traje. Y cambiar las armas, obviamente, porque la pistola que llevo es un mojón. Sección criogénica. Vale, vamos a ver por ahí qué hay. Que hay, aunque aquí estaría la hermana seguramente. Aquí estará la hermana. Vale. Solo hay una.
I'll make it right, Dash. I promise.
¿Qué ha pasado? ¿Qué ha pasado?
Pathfinder, I'm Nigel McCoy. Just got out of cryo.
Welcome to Andromeda, Nigel.
Thank you. It's bittersweet, though. My little brother Dash was stationed on the Nexus. I just learned he died on Eos, trying to start the settlement.
That's awful. I'm sorry, Nigel.
Yeah. We were gonna start families out here together. I have a pendant our father wore. Dash had its match. Will you...
Hombre, si lo encuentro, pues vale.
Reunite
Si no,
them?
Of course.
In his digital journal, he mentioned a spot on Eos where he'd go to think. If you could leave the pendant there.
Vale, tarea de mano perdido. Colgante en la ubicación de Eos, vale. Pero yo tengo una duda. O sea... Pues chico, aquí no está la hermana, pues a paso de hablar con vosotros. Me voy para la nave. Cubierta de ataque. Vámonos. Y aquí veremos a ver la nueva nave que nos han dado.
Ready to see what Tan gave us?
I hear it's something special. Pathfinder en route. How's the ship?
In final checks, looking great.
We won't be long. The way things are going, we'll be on our own out there.
In other words, we're making this up as we go.
We used to call that tactical improvisation. But at least we'll be doing it in style.
Pues como siempre, sobre la marcha. Ahí está, a ver la navecita que nos han dado.
They call her
la Tempest. Pues sí, no tiene nada para nada mala pinta.
Let's go take a closer look.
Let's pick it up a bit, people. We're 14 months late. So you're the one who's making everything happen.
Vetra.
Vetra Nix. Initiative Wrangler, Provisioner, Gunner, and everything in between. Are we ready? The sooner we get out of here, the better.
You're coming with us?
Yes. Otherwise, there's no way they're letting this ship off the station.
Vale.
Yeah. Let's go see the rest of Helios.
Hold it, hold it! You're not going anywhere.
Damn it.
Is something wrong?
Director Addison wants to see a complete report of the Tempest supplies, munitions, and crew.
Director Tan overruled Addison.
The ship's loaded out with equipment for outpost discovery, squarely under Director Addison's purview.
Seen you around. Ben, right? Came here with a family, didn't you? Son still in cryo? I could pull some strings, get him to the front of the line.
Really?
Yeah, really.
They told me he wasn't essential, but I miss him.
I know. I got family too, Ben.
It's done. Addison's gonna kill me.
Nicely done.
Part of the job, Pathfinder. All things considered, it was an easy ask. And right now, you need people tearing down obstacles, not putting up more.
Me gusta.
Finally, someone who cares about doing stuff and not just talking about it.
Y bueno, pues... Supongo que ya subimos a la Tempest y ya lo dejaremos listo para preparar el viaje.
Everything state-of-the-art. Labs, sensors, exploration gear. Plus her crew, of course. The best in their field.
Ah, glad to see you looking well.
Lexi.
The engine core is based on the Ark's Odyssey drive.
It runs a hell of a lot quieter.
That's Gil Brody. Engineer, mechanic, all-around wrench jockey. We call this the research room. There's space for upgrading equipment, gathering intel.
Router engaged. Securing connection to Tempest.
Welcome aboard, Sam. And Ryder, of course.
All run by Suvi Anwar, our science officer. Your quarters are below. Plenty of space up here to get everyone together. It's all yours. She's light, stealthy, and the fastest ship in her class.
Una maravilla.
It's really gonna be something, isn't it?
I haven't even shown you the best part. When you're ready to fly, head over to the bridge. Our pilot should have everything good to go.
Vale, pues ahí está la historia. Ve al puente. Bueno, vamos a... Aquí donde tenemos las reuniones, ¿vale? En la Tempest.
Better head to the bridge when we're ready to go.
A ver por aquí que hay.
We call this the research room. You can run research projects and coordinate with the Nexus from here.
Aquí está terminal de compraventa. Esto no. A ver, esto no. Vale. Misiones de los equipos de asalto, ¿ves? Y aquí tenemos... las misiones. Vale. Hay que ir explorando un poco todo. Aquí están lo de los laboratorios.
Our tech lab is an engineer's dream. It's perfect for any delicate technical work.
Hay que ir explorando un poquito.
Pathfinder, check this toy.
Puro alien que no me interesa.
That's the biolab. We can grow plants for food and oxygen and keep any specimen safe.
Bueno, por aquí abajo había más historia, pero bueno, vamos al puente.
Departure trajectory locked, Nexus Control. Ah, time for introductions.
Otros personajillos de estos.
You must be Ryder, Galojath. A pleasure to be here, and to meet you, of course. I'll be piloting the Tempest at your word. Quite the ship, but it'll take a Pathfinder's guidance to see us through Helios.
Plenty of dangers out there. but I'll do my best to avoid them.
That's reassuring. Wouldn't want to lose my finest work to that angry cloud. I was test pilot for the Tempest's early prototypes. I admit, I'm itching to see how she performs out here.
Vale, aquí tenemos el panel ya de control para los viajes.
So how do I...
The console syncs with your implant. Just swipe, touch a destination here, and the nav system calculates everything. Very efficient.
It was optimized for a Pathfinder.
Everything's secure, if you're ready.
Is anyone ready for something this big?
We signed on for the big stuff when we came to Andromeda.
All right. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Command access is transferring successfully.
Science and monitoring stations look fine. Lexi's reporting in.
Helm is green. Gil reports the drive core is online.
This is it, Ryder. The Tempest is yours, unless you've got something to say for the log.
We were all expecting a golden world. Now there's just a long road ahead. But hold on to that dream. It might see us through.
Nexus Control, this is the Tempest, ident 2527, prepping to depart.
Vale, pues listo.
Departure vector verified, Tempest. Godspeed, Pathfinder.
Pues mira, ahí lo vamos a dejar, ¿ves? Aquí tendríamos que ir a ellos, ¿ves? Pero bueno, vamos a darle a...
Two failed outposts put an
a
end to the
salir,
idea.
¿vale? Lo vamos a dejar...
Maybe we can turn things around. Callow, take us
Terminal
in.
de correo... Vale... Llámate con Kerry. Bueno, eso... Aquí, estación de equipamiento. Vamos a dejar esto hecho. A ver, Predator. Vamos a ver. Vamos a llevar la Scorpion. Nos vamos a llevar un fusil de asalto o un franco. Hostia, del Viper. Del Viper. Bueno, me quedo con el Windows 600. Me llevo este. Vamos a ver si tengo algún mod de cañón largo de pistola. Vamos ahí. Y... Misión 60... Vamos a meterle un cargador más. Vale, aquí le ponemos... Ese... Y es... Ahí, venga. Es ese. Vale, lo tenemos. Vamos a la armadura. Vamos a ponernos el casco... Vamos a cambiar esto porque... Vamos aquí. No tengo la de... Ya no tengo la de N7. Bueno, la tengo completa. O sea, qué bajón. Pues yo creía que sí. Me he llevado un chasco. A ver, ¿qué me puedo poner? este es un mojón. Es ese. Le vamos a poner un mod. Importancia salud máxima. Sí, pero es que me quitan huevo. Nada, no pongo nada. No. ¿A quién me llevo? Me voy a llevar a Cora. A Lian no, y me llevo a Vetra. Estas dos. A ver, un segundito. A ver que lo compruebo. Ahí. Y vamos con la... Vale, ahí. Vale, veo a EOS en el sistema. Bueno, pues lo vamos a dejar aquí, chicos. El directo de hoy, vale, es una horita ya, como he dicho. Pero bueno, hemos explorado el Nexus, hemos conocido la Tempest, nos hemos equipado ya para el siguiente directo. Y en el siguiente directo viajaremos a EOS. Así que bueno, espero que os haya gustado. Recuerda suscribiros, darle a like a tope. Gracias por los suscriptores, gracias por suscribiros, gracias por todo, chicos. Y nos vemos en el siguiente, ¿vale?